Episode 19, Xiwu and Tantai Jin's feelings heat up. Xiwu returned to Jinghua as an imperial maid. Qingyu saw his sister Xiwu among the guards of honor when Tantai Jin returned home, and he brought her back to Yefu. When Xiwu returned to Yi Mansion, she saw her grandmother was saving her favorite new tea leaves, looking forward to her returning home. Xiwu's grandmother and father were very happy to see her back, which made Xiwu miss home very much. Yixia pretended to be ill to evade Tantai Jin's appointment. He was a general of the Shang kingdom all his life. Although he was in Jing country, he couldn't swing his sword at his comrades. He even drove out Qingyu, who surrendered to Jing country. Qingyu was not understood by his father, so he could only drink away his sorrows away. Pianran saw the lost Qingyu, so she comforted him. Seeing the cloth woven by refugees from Shenghua on the street, Pianran thought that although Tantai Jin was decisive in killing, he was a benevolent king. The refugees from the Shang kingdom were dissatisfied with the burden of the war, and many of them voluntarily defected to live in the Jing kingdom. Tantai Jin also ordered to help the refugees, teach them to read and write and weave cloth to support themselves. Tantai Jin also ordered doctors to help with the injured. Pianran thinks that Qingyu doesn't need to blame himself. Jinghua will win in the end. And the people of Shenghua will only get better and better. After some persuasion by Pianran, Qingyu finally figured it out that his decision was not a bad one. Xiwu didn't expect her family to be reunited in Jinghua. If only Yi Bingsheng was missing, she hoped that Xiao Lin could protect Yi Bingsheng in Shenghua. Xiwu learned from Chuntao that Yi Bingsheng suddenly had many admirers in the past few years from males, which made people feel very strange. Eldest brother Yi Ziyu told Xiwu that it was Tantai Jin who sent people to pick up the family of Yefu and protected them. If there was no Tantai Jin, Yefu would have been killed by King Shang long ago. Hearing that Tantai Jin took good care of Xiwu decided to go to the palace to visit and thank Tantai Jin. After Xiwu entered the palace, she thanked Tantai Jin for treating her family well, and also gave her younger brother and his subordinates a way to survive. Tantai Jin asked for a gift of thanks, but he did not expect to receive a sudden kiss from Xiwu. Tantai Jin was very happy, and Xiwu also found that because of Tantai Jin's happiness, Miahuanju's tears began to turn into Miahun nails. Xiwu was very happy because of this, but soon Tantai Jin suddenly changed and got upset, asking if Xiwu was happy because of her family and not him. He reprimanded her, and the Maihun nail retracted into Maihun pearl tears again. In order to win Tantai Jin affection, Xiwu read a lot of romance novels. She made Tantai Jin a lantern and played the piano as in the storybook. But Tantai Jin didn't seem to fall for any of those. Although Tantai Jin was unmoved on the surface, she thought Xiwu's behavior was very cute in private. In order to make Tantai Jin fall in love with her, Xiwu asked Pianran for more help. Because Tantai Jin did not allow Pianran to take a vacation, she deliberately asked Xiwu, who was not good at cooking, to cook for Tantai Jin and feed her. She told Xiwu to make it as ugly and disgusting as possible. Xiwu bought Tantai Jin 3 dishes she made herself. Tantai Jin felt a little distressed when she saw a blister on her fingers. He said if she didn't know how to cook she shouldn't do it, but she said she did it because she wants him to like her. Knowing that Xiwu cooked to make him like her, Tantai Jin agreed to taste her cooking. Although Xiwu's cooking skills were indeed poor, in order not to dampen her enthusiasm, Tantai Jin had no choice but to eat all the meals, which encouraged Xiwu a lot. In order to be able to deal with Tantai Jin, Tantai Minglang began to devour Yao pills to gain strength, and asked Fuyu to contact Sheng Wang to deal with Tantai Jin together. Tantai Jin asked Qingyu how he compares himself with the princes of the Shang kingdom. Qingyu said that Tantai Jin is not inferior to anyone in terms of intelligence and cunning, but Xiao Lin and others were given national policies by Confucian masters since they were young. In order to make up for his own shortcomings, Tantai Jin decided to summon the great Confucians of the court to study the national policy with him. The next day, Tantai Jin wanted the great Confucianism to give a lecture, but some Confucian scholars thought that Tantai Jin bullied Zheng Liang, killed his brothers and kings, and refused to teach, but soon had to start teaching under the pressure of Tantai Jin. Tantai Jin introduced many policies that benefited the country and the people because of studying the national policy, which made Shang Wang even more angry. Fu came to meet King Shang, saying that Tantai Minglang had found a way to practice puppetry, reached a cooperation with King Shang, and decided to use the people of Shang Kingdom to train the Insha army to deal with Tantai Jin. Xiwu was distressed that Tantai Jin's feelings for her had been progressing slowly, and Pian Ran asked her to distance herself from Tantai Jin from tomorrow, so that he would start to worry and would like her more and more. Xiwu began to retreat, and Tantai Jin soon discovered that Xiwu was no longer in front of him. He approached Pian Ran to ask about why Xiwu was missing for 2 days. Pian Ran asked him if he liked Xiwu. Tantai Jin paused and asked, "I can like her?" Pian Ran then suggested to him to try and like Xiwu and take the initiative to pursue Xiwu.